Hi, my name is Noah. I'm one of the educators for Shortcuts, and on today's lesson, we're going to look at steps to disable online booking and self check-in if you're one of our point of sale customers. So if during this quarantine period or during this COVID coronavirus crisis, if you have to change your business hours or disable some of your online offerings, this is how you change these settings in Shortcuts. So first, we're going to go to the setup menu. So of course, you have to be logged in at the owner level of permission to make some of these changes. You're going to go to setup, which is the button on the bottom right corner. And then once you're in setup, you're going to go to configuration. That's the tool that looks like the wrench. And if you notice, this opens up a menu on the left side of the screen. So from the left side of the screen, you're going to go to the general button. And this opens up the general menu. And then on the left, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to schedule. So we're going to change our schedule for our staff members. So on the left side, you may have to click the little green arrow at the bottom in order to see the schedule button. So once you're on schedule, you see your normal shift types when you're at work, vacation, whatever the case is. So we're going to create a new one. So on the bottom, we're going to, on the top right, press new, and we're going to call this store closure, for example. Oh, there is a character limit. So let me get rid of this space. And you can give it a color if you want. Black's very apropos right now. But if you notice on the right side, there's a couple of settings we want to make sure are not enabled. We are not going to let customers book this shift type, and we are not going to let them to have walk-in visits. So it's only an active shift type, but customers cannot book this time. So then we're going to press done on the bottom right corner, and we'll press done again. So now that we've created a custom shift type, on the right side, we're going to press the tools button. And once we're in tools, we're going to press schedule. And that's the little person with the calendar here. So we're going to create a custom schedule. So it should bring up my employees screen. So normally I have employee hours here, but I'm using a blank database, so we don't see any hours that the staff is normally working. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter a shift type for each staff member. Now in this case, I have a blank screen, so I have to go one at a time. Normal means my staff is working, but I'm going to choose store closure instead. So every day of the week, even though Monday, Tuesday have already passed, I'm going to go and choose store closure for every day of the week. So you can do the same on your schedules and mark off an entire week for your staff where they're set to normal, set them to store closure. So I've selected every normal day that my business is open and I've marked it as a closure. So once it's set, so here's a shortcut so that you can copy it to different staff members. On the top left, I'm going to press mark cells. I'll choose the first cell of the week, which is my Monday, 9 to 8, for employee number 1, and then my second cell, which is Sunday, where I'm normally closed. All of the cells between Monday and Sunday have now been highlighted. If I hold down the Alt key on my keyboard, I can drag the same shift over to any other staff member. And I can do it again and again. Now I can press unmark cells. So let's say my business has to be closed for at least 2 weeks. So once I unmark the cells, I'm going to press mark cells again. Again, I'll start with my employee number 1, Monday from 9 to 8. But this time, I'll go to my 4th employee to their Sunday. And now 4 columns have been highlighted at the same time. So once they've been highlighted, I can right click on the columns and select schedule until, and I'm going to go at least 2 weeks. So it's going to end on the 5th of April. So now my shifts for the next couple of weeks have been marked unavailable. They're not available for bookings or appointments for any of my staff members. But of course, if I had a schedule entered forward from April the 6th, then customers can book like normally on those days and times. So I'm going to press unmarked cells. And now if we go to the appointment book, that shift type now appears. And tomorrow and the next day and the next day, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, now if you are not using the appointment book, instead, if you're using self check-in, so you're more of a barber shop, you mostly deal with the walk-in manager. This is how you would do something similar. So we would begin with setup configuration, just like we did for the appointment book. On the left side, we're going to general, and then under general, we're going to business. So this does synchronize in both walk-in manager and the appointment book. From here, if you click on any day of the week that you're normally open, and then you mark it as closed, the little checkbox, this will synchronize online in a few minutes. And again, this applies to the appointment book and the walk-in manager, the self-check-ins. Shortcuts will now detect, oh, okay. So instead of just being closed on Sunday, I am now closed every day of the week until the day that I decide to reopen. 2 weeks from now, a week and a half from now, whatever the case is. So with both of those settings now enabled, employees are not bookable. Employees cannot check in for at least a couple of weeks so that nobody accidentally tries to book them. And of course, if somebody goes to online booking, every day of the week, your business looks like it's closed. When you're ready to reopen, if you deal mostly with walk-ins or self-check-ins, don't forget to return to business under general and then just uncheck the closed portion. And then shortcuts will now allow those times to be available online. So don't forget to just undo those steps. And of course, go into your scheduler and then tell shortcuts when the employees are actually working. If you have any questions, please reach out to the help desk. You can also reach us on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we will return your calls or your questions. I hope this helps. Have a great day.